Hello, good morning grade 10. Dahil hindi tayo nakakapag-discuss ng face-to-face, so gumawa na lang ako ng mga video tutorials about our lessons para pwede nyong mabalikan. Unlike kapag nag-online class kasi tayo, though matuturo ko siya sa inyo ng personal, virtual, no? Mas maganda na kaya nyong balikan yung video para kapag may pinapasagutan ako or may nalimutan kayong steps, mas madali nyong mabalikan. So, ang topic natin pa rin for fourth quarter is the measures of position of ungrouped data. So, part of our review, quantiles and ungrouped data, yung mga terms na yon. Again, pag sinabi natin quantiles, we are referring to measures of position that divide the distribution into either 4, 10, and 100 equal parts. So, gaya ng napag-usapan natin before, kapag meron akong buong data at hinati ko siya into 4, that means each of the part of those 4 ng data natin is what we call quartile, no? Pag hinati ng 4, that is quartile. Kapag hinati ng 10 or 10, that is decile, and kapag hinati ng 100 or 100 equal parts, we call that percentile, no? The term ungrouped data naman refers to the data collected in original form. Ibig sabihin walang grouping, no? So for nagtanong ako, sinong nakakuha ng 50? Sino nakakuha ng 49, ng 48, ng 47? Individually ang data natin. That means ungrouped data siya. Unlike kapag nilagay ko sa groups. Example, sino nakakuha ng 1 to 10? Sino nakakuha ng 11 to 20? Nakakuha ng 21 to 30, 31 to 40, 41 to 50. So, nagkakaroon ng groupings. So, from the term ungrouped data, dapat individually or original yung form ng data natin. Walang groupings na nangyayari. Okay? So, gaya ng na-discuss ko din sa inyo before, the first method that we can use in finding the quartile value is using the Mendenhall and Seinich method or Seinkich method. So, alam nyo naman, I know that you are aware now about the steps that we can use. Letter A is to arrange the data in ascending order. Letter B is to compute the position of the quartile. Letter C is remember the rules. Again, ang kalinawan nito, this is not simple rounding off, no? Kapag ang number mo or quartile value mo is in between two values, you need to either round up or round down. Kapag pag quartile 1 ang hinahanap, you round up, no? Itataas mo ng konti. Kapag quartile 3 ang hinahanap mo, you round down, ibababa mo ng konti. So para mas malinaw, the examples that we had before is this, no? Example number 1, using the Mendenhall and Seinkich method, sabi dito, each hour in a day, the owner of the milk tea shop recorded the number of sales. So the results are 4, 3, 5, 6, 8, and 9, and 2. Find the lower quartile and the upper quartile of the data. So pag sinabing find the lower quartile, that's quartile 1, and find the upper quartile, that's quartile 3, yung pangatlo, no? So first, ang hahanapin muna natin is the lower quartile kasi yun yung unang hinahanap sa given natin. So for the solution, the first step again, always arrange the data in ascending order, papalaki. So pag in-arrange natin si data, lalabas siya as 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. Yan yung mga data natin. So, ang next step natin is to find the lower quartile or quartile 1. So, sabi, we have to identify K and N. So, ang K natin is either 1, 2, or 3 kasi yun lang ang hinahanap. Kung quartile 1 ang hinahanap, K is equal to 1. Kung quartile 2, K is equal to 2. Kung quartile 3, K is equal to 3. So, for this problem, we're looking for quartile 1. That means the value of K is equal to 1. Okay? And N is the number of data that you have. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9, if we count them all, N is equal to ilan to? 7. No? So, this is the step. K is equal to 1, N is equal to 7. And the formula is this. You have to substitute the values of K and N lang. So, QK, nagisang Q1, is equal to 1 over 4. No? So, 1 is from K, and this is multiplied by 7 plus 1. Saan nanggaling sa 7? Sa N. So, 7 siya kasi 7 yung data natin. So, if we simplify, 1/4, parenthesis, 7 plus 1 is 8, kaya siya naging 1/4 times 8. And 1/4 times 8 is equal to 2. So, Qn is equal to 2. That is not the quartile value. That is the position in the data. So, if Q1 is equal to 2, that means we need to look for the second position in the data. So, ang data natin, ito ang position. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9 pa rin. Naka-arrange pa rin siya in ascending order. Si quartile 1 mo daw is nasa second position. So, 2 is your first position, 3 is your second position. So, that means quartile 1 is equal to 3. Okay? So, doon natin mahanap kung anong value ni quartile. So, quartile 1 is equal to 3. That is the answer in our first problem. Lower quartile. Next one is the upper quartile. We have to find the upper quartile. Sorry. Ito find the lower quartile. Nakuha na natin. The value is 3. And the upper quartile. The value is ito. Alamin natin kung anong value. Same steps lang din, no? Find the upper quartile, quartile 3. Identify K and N. K is equal to 3 now. Saan ang galing ulit si 3? Kasi third quartile lang hinahanap. So, K is equal to 3. N is equal to 7 pa rin kasi we have the same data. And we have to use the formula. I-substitute lang natin si 3 kay K at si 7 kay N. So, naging siyang 3/4 multiplied by 7 plus 1. So, 7 plus 1 is still 8. So, 3 over 4 times 8, that is equal to 6. So again, 6 is not the quartile value, it is the position in the data. So 6 position in the data, so we need to count from our data, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 8 is the value of quartile 3. Siya yung pang-anim na position doon sa data natin. So again, that is how you find the upper and lower quartile. Another example that we had, di ba? Part lang ng review to. Another example is this. The mathematics activity scores of random grade 10 students are, ito yung mga scores daw ng grade 10. 12, 7, 8, 9, 14, 15, 11, and 13. Find the first quartile and the third quartile. So again, we're looking for the upper and lower quartile. So, the solution starts with arranging the data in ascending order. Papalaki ulit. So, si 7 ang nagsimula, si 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Na-arrange natin siya ng maayos. Ang next step dito is to find the lower quartile. According to the problem, yun yung unang hahanapin natin. So, we have to identify K and N. Again, K, kapag lower quartile, K is equal to 1. N is equal to 8 because all of the data, pag binilang natin, N is equal to 8. After that, we substitute that on our formula. So, QK is equal to K over 4 times N plus 1. Substitute the value of K, naging siyang 1. Substitute the value of 8, naging siyang N. So, this is equal to 1/4 multiplied by 8 plus 1. So, kapag sinimplify pa natin, that's 1/4 times 9. The answer is 2.25. So, quartile 1 is equal to 3. Ngayon, ito yung sinasabi natin na hindi siya nag-round off lang. So, ordinarily, 2.25 pag ni-round off natin, siya ay 2 lang, no? Kasi it's closer to 2, kaya dapat 2 lang siya. Pero it's not the same as this method. Kasi, sabi, kapag quartile 1 ang hinahanap at may decimal siya, you have to round it up. Paakyat dapat tayo. So, si 2.25, hindi siya naging 2, siya ay naging 3. No? Round up tayo pag quartile 1. Then, the value is in the third position. So, nasa third position daw tayo. Pag nilagay natin siya ulit into our data, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, count tayo ng pangatlong value. So, 7, 8, and 9. That means the value of quartile 1 is equal to 9. No? So, that's the first answer that we have. Second, let's look for the second problem. Ang sabi, same problem tayo, pero hahanapin natin si quartile 3 naman. So, we have to identify K and N. K is 3 now kasi quartile 3 ang hinahanap. N is the total number of data. Still 8 pa din kasi same problem. So, we have to use the same formula. Ito yon, K over 4, quantity N plus 1. So, K is equal to 3. So, that's 3/4. Naging 3/4 na siya. And 8 plus 1, naging 9 siya. So, 3/4 times 9 is equal to 6.75. Ngayon, quartile 3 is in the 6th position. Bakit ulit naging 6? Commonly, pag ni-round off si 6.75, dapat magiging siyang 7. Pero according to the rule of this method, you have to round down kapag quartile 3 ang hinahanap. So, quartile 3 is equal to the 6th position. So, balikan natin ulit si data natin, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. 6th position ang 13. So, that means the value of quartile 3 is equal to 13. So, all of this is just a review para lang din mabalikan nyo yung lesson na diniscuss natin last time. Again, this is finding the quartile value using the first method ng lesson natin, which is Mendenhall and Sine-Kitch method. I will teach you the second method that we can use in finding the quartile value in my next video. So, yun lang, aralin mabuti, and afterwards, I will give you your activity. Now, see you on my next video.